Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm so happy to have you here today.
And I'm Bill. Hey, everyone, it's always great to be with you. Today we're talking about something that affects everyone, whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone trying to balance life. It's how to make time for everything.
Yes, this is such an important topic. So many people say, I just don't have time. But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours a day. It's how we use them that makes the difference.
Exactly. Sometimes it feels like there's too much to do and not enough time. But when you understand how to manage your time wisely, life actually feels lighter, calmer, and more organized.
In today's episode, we'll talk about why people feel they never have enough time, what time management really means, and of course, we'll share some practical strategies to help you make time for everything that truly matters.
And as always, we'll explain some useful English phrases and expressions along the way, so you can learn English while learning life skills.
That's right, so grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's dive into this episode, How to Make Time for Everything. You know, Bill, when we look around these days, it feels like everyone is busy all the time. People are rushing from one thing to another, work, school, family, social media. It never seems to stop.
So true, Sarah. It's like being busy has become a modern habit. Sometimes I think people wear being busy like a badge of honor, as if being constantly busy means being successful.
Yes, and the funny part is, even though we're busier than ever, many people still feel they don't actually get things done.
Exactly. You know, I had a friend who once said, "I'm so busy, but I don't even know what I'm busy with." I think a lot of people can relate to that.
I can definitely relate. Sometimes I plan to finish one small task and suddenly I find myself scrolling through my phone or checking emails for an hour.
That's the reality of modern life. We have so many things fighting for our attention: notifications, messages, endless content online. It's easy to feel like we're losing control of our time.
You're right. It's like our day gets filled up before we even start it. We wake up, check our phones, go to work or class, and by the evening, we wonder, where did my time go?
And that's a good question. Do we really not have time, or are we just not managing it well?
Maybe a little of both. But I think it's mostly about how we use our time. That's why understanding time management is so important.
Exactly. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most.
Well said, Bill. And that's what we'll explore next, what time management really means and how it can change the way we live and learn. So, Bill, let's talk about what time management actually means. People hear this phrase all the time, but many don't really understand it.
That's true, Sarah. Some people think time management means doing everything quickly or trying to fit more tasks into their day. But that's not the real meaning.
Right. Real-time management means organizing your time in a way that helps you do the most important things first without feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
Exactly. It's about being smart with your time. For example, instead of checking your phone for 20 minutes in the morning, you could use that time to read, exercise, or review some English vocabulary.
Good example. It's not about adding more work, it's about using your time better. When we plan our time, we create more balance and feel more in control.
Yes, and when you manage time well, you also feel more peaceful. You don't rush, and you don't feel guilty for not finishing things.
That's so true. And for our English learners listening, let's explain a few useful phrases related to this topic.
Sure. The first one is prioritize. To prioritize means to decide which things are most important and do them first. For example, I prioritize my health and family before work.
Nice. Another one is schedule. A schedule is a plan of what you will do and when. For example, I schedule my study time every evening.
And another great phrase is find balance. It means to manage your work, rest, and personal life in a healthy way. For example, it's important to find balance between studying and relaxing.
These are all key parts of time management. Once you understand these ideas, you can start taking control of your day instead of letting the day control you.
Exactly. And coming up next, we'll talk about why we often feel like we never have enough time, even when we try to plan.
Yes. Stay with us. We're about to discover the real reasons behind that feeling. Now, Bill, we all know that feeling when you look at the clock and think, where did my day go? It's like time just disappeared.
Absolutely, Sarah. It happens to almost everyone. But the interesting question is why? Why do we always feel like we don't have enough time?
Well, one big reason is distraction. These days, our attention is pulled in so many directions: phones, social media, notifications, endless videos and messages.
Yes, and our brains can only focus on one thing at a time. When we try to do many things, what we call multitasking, we actually lose time instead of saving it.
That's true. For example, when I try to answer emails, check my phone, and listen to music all at once, I end up taking twice as long to finish one simple task.
Exactly. And another reason is procrastination, which means delaying or putting things off even when you know you should do them.
Right. Like when you say, I'll start studying in 10 minutes, and suddenly 1 hour passes by.
Yes, that happens to all of us. Sometimes we avoid things that feel difficult or boring, and we waste time trying to feel ready.
That's so true. And sometimes people think they have no time because they don't plan their day. When you don't plan, small tasks can take over your whole schedule. So to summarize, we feel we don't have time because we're distracted, we multitask, we procrastinate, and we don't plan properly.
Yes, but the good news is we can fix all of that with a few smart strategies.
That's right. And in the next part, we'll share some powerful and practical tips on how to make time for everything, even in a busy life. All right, Bill. Now let's get to the most important part, the strategies. How can people actually make time for everything they want to do?
Yes, we've all heard people say, I don't have time. But in reality, it's not about having more time, it's about using the time we already have wisely.
Exactly. So let's go step by step and talk about some practical ways to make time for everything. The first strategy is to prioritize, decide what's most important, and do that first.
Right. Not everything has the same value. If you try to do everything at once, you end up doing nothing well.
Yes, and a simple tip is to write down your top 3 important tasks for the day. Just 3. That helps you stay focused.
For example, if you're learning English, maybe your top priorities are practice listening, review vocabulary, and speak for 10 minutes. Start with those before anything else.
Perfect. And remember, prioritizing means choosing what matters today, not trying to do everything at once.
The second strategy is to plan your day. When you plan ahead, you control your time instead of your time controlling you.
Exactly. You can use a notebook, an app, or even a sticky note. Just write your plan. For example, 8 a.m. breakfast, 9 a.m. study, 10 a.m. work.
When you see your plan written down, it's easier to stay organized and avoid wasting time thinking, what should I do next?
Yes. And here's a good phrase for our listeners: stick to your schedule. It means to follow your plan, not just write it down.
Right. Don't just plan, do the plan.
The third strategy is to avoid multitasking. People think it saves time, but it actually makes you slower.
Yes, our brain can't really focus on two things at once. When you switch between tasks, you lose concentration every time.
So instead of doing 5 things halfway, do one thing completely. That's how you really save time.
Great tip. You can use the phrase one thing at a time. It means focus fully on just one task before starting another.
Now, here's a big one. Learn to say no. Sometimes we say yes to everything and then wonder why we have no time left.
That's right. Saying no doesn't mean being rude. It means protecting your time for what really matters.
For example, if someone invites you out but you need to study, you can say, "Thanks, but I already have plans tonight." That's polite and firm.
Exactly. Your time is your responsibility.
Here's one of my favorite tips. Use small time pockets. That means short moments in your day that you usually waste.
Oh, yes? Like waiting for the bus, standing in line, or during your lunch break.
Exactly. You can use those moments to listen to an English podcast, read a page of a book, or write a quick note.
Those small moments add up 10 minutes here and there, becomes hours over a week.
The next one might sound strange, but it's important. Take breaks.
Yes, because your brain needs rest. When you take short breaks, you come back with more energy and focus.
Right. Working nonstop actually makes you less productive. A 5 to 10 minute walk or stretch can refresh your mind.
And in English, there's a good phrase, recharge your batteries. It means to rest and get your energy back.
I love that one. And finally, set realistic goals.
Yes, many people feel stressed because they try to do too much in one day.
Exactly. Instead of saying, "I'll study for 5 hours," start with one focused hour. That's realistic and you'll feel successful when you finish.
And success builds motivation. Small goals every day lead to big results over time.
That's right. So, to make time for everything, prioritize, plan, focus, say no, use small moments, take breaks, and set realistic goals.
Beautiful summary, Sarah. If our listeners follow even half of these tips, they'll already feel more in control of their time.
I agree. And next, we'll talk about the mindset and habits that help you keep using these strategies every day. You know, Bill, we've talked about many great strategies, but I think the real secret to managing time well is having the right mindset.
I agree, Sarah. A good mindset means you believe your time is valuable and that you control it, not your phone, not your schedule, not other people.
Exactly. When you change your mindset, you start to see time as something you can design, not something that just happens to you.
That's a great point. And it all starts with small habits. For example, having a morning routine, maybe you wake up, make your bed, drink water, and plan your day. Those little habits give you structure and focus.
Yes, and consistency is key. Doing small things every day is more powerful than doing something big once in a while.
Right. You can also build a time-smart habit by asking yourself one question every morning. What's the most important thing I can do today?
I love that. It helps you start your day with purpose. And here's another phrase for our listeners. Time is your most valuable resource. That means time is something you should protect and use wisely.
Beautifully said, Sarah. Because when you manage your time, you manage your life.
Exactly. And in our final part, we'll wrap everything up with a short summary and a little motivation for our listeners. So, Bill, we've covered a lot today, from understanding time management to learning practical strategies and building healthy habits.
Yes, and I think the main message is simple. We all have time, but it's how we choose to use it that makes the difference.
Exactly. You don't need more hours in the day. You just need more focus, planning, and a positive mindset.
And remember, every small step counts. Even using 10 minutes wisely can move you closer to your goals.
Beautifully said, Bill. So to our listeners, start today. Take control of your time, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.
Because when you manage your time, you're not just managing your day, you're shaping your life.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. We hope this inspired you to use your time wisely and live with more balance.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, and join us next time for another exciting episode to improve your English and your life.
Until next time, stay motivated, stay mindful, and keep learning.